There was a village named Mangalsen where a rich man named Seth Ramlal lived with his wife Jayanti Devi. Seth was quite wealthy, but because of his stinginess, he had never hired a servant. All the housework was done by Jayanti Devi herself. But now her health had started deteriorating.
Hey dear, where is my tea?
In the kitchen.
What's it doing in the kitchen? It should be here in front of me. Fine, I'll go get it.
Seth ran straight into the kitchen, but there was no sign of the tea there.
Where is the tea? I don't see it anywhere.
You will find it. I'll guide you. First, put the pot on the stove.
Okay, done. Now?
Light the gas and pour in a cup of water.
Okay, done. Now?
Add some tea leaves and sugar.
Oh, so basically I have to make the tea.
Exactly. Did I ever say the tea was ready? You want tea, right? Then make it and drink.
So that means you didn't make the tea at all.
No, you can clearly see I'm unwell, and yet you are asking me this.
I can see you're sick. I even got you medicine. And now I don't even get tea.
You will get tea, food, everything if you just hire a servant.
Again with the servant talk. Do you think I've got money to waste? Do you even know how much servants charge these days?
You want me to be a bullock in a mill forever, right? Well, I'm telling you clearly, I can't do it anymore. Either hire a servant or I'm going to my parents' place. A full-blown argument broke out between Seth and his wife. But when has a man ever won an argument with a woman?
Okay, fine. I'll find a servant. You just rest.
That's what I wanted to hear all along. The very next day, Seth Ramlal began looking for a servant. And on the first day itself, he found one named Patanga. Wow, you found someone so quickly? How much will he charge?
He won't take money. He'll just eat food.
What? What kind of servant is that? So Seth had picked the cheapest servant in the world to save his own money. Patanga was so forgetful that putting sugar instead of salt or chili in tea was just a normal thing for him. Patanga, what have you cooked? Why does this taste like dessert?
Oops, I must have added sugar thinking it was chili. And why is the tea so spicy? Oh, maybe I added chili thinking it was sugar. Sorry, my mistake. Please forgive me.
Why don't you use your brain while cooking? And that wasn't the end of it. One day, while cooking, Patanga poured acid into the pot instead of oil. Thankfully, Jayanti Devi caught it just in time and thereby fired him on the spot. Oh God, are you trying to kill us? What are you pouring into the pot?
It's oil, madam.
You fool, that's acid. Get out of my house, you the king of forgetfulness. The servant hunt began again. This time, Jayanti Devi warned Seth not to hire someone so cheap that he ends up being costly. So, Seth placed an ad in the newspaper, and the very next day, a young man showed up at their door. He looked quite smart and capable.
Sir, my name is Alsi Chand and I'm looking for a job. Alsi Chand? What kind of name is that for a servant? My mother gave me that name. I never bothered to change it.
Alright, then first show us how you make tea. Alsi Chand pulled out a piece of paper and said,
Before that, here is my contract. Please read it. Contract? Is this job also requires a contract? I do. It clearly says that I can't be fired for a year. My salary must increase yearly. And I get a bonus on holidays. So many demands, never seen a servant like this. I work honestly. That's why I have conditions, so that no one takes advantage of my honesty. But still,
Don't act stingy now. Just keep him quietly.
Fine.
Seth and his wife hired Alsi Chand and even signed his contract. In the first week, it felt like spring had come to the house. Alsi Chand would wake up early, clean the house, make tea, and smile all day. We should have found a servant like him long ago.
You are right. It feels like all our household troubles are over now.
But this happy time wasn't going to last long. Slowly, Alsi Chand's true nature started to show.
Alsi Chand, where are you? Why haven't you swept the floor yet? Sir, I have changed my schedule. I start work from 10 a.m. now. 10 o'clock? This is not an office, you know. Just think of it like one. Be modern. I'll get everything done. Just adjust my timing. What nonsense! Madam, pour some oil in Sethji's ears. He is not hearing properly. Shut up! Don't yell, Sethji. My ears work just fine.
All right, just go and make tea. Alsi Chand quickly went to the kitchen and brought back the tea.
What kind of tea is this? Why is there so much sugar? Sethji, I like sweet tea. You folks can adjust.
Seth and his wife looked at each other in disbelief. Here, take this money. Go and get vegetables and groceries from the market while I'm making tea. He returned with the groceries, but one look at them and Jayanti Devi frowned. What's this? The stuff is less than what I paid for.
Did you pocket the money? I'm working hard, so I earned a little extra. What's wrong with that? You said this wasn't an office, but even offices have under-the-table earnings, right? So try to adjust. That's stealing. I call it a hard work bonus, Sethji.
Seth and his wife were stunned. Seth's anger now hit the roof.
I am firing you right now. Go ahead, but don't forget the contract. If you fire me, you owe me 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh? Where did that come from? It's in the contract. But you never mentioned that before. I did ask you to read it. You didn't, so that's your fault. I'm illiterate. Then deal with it.
Seth and his wife were now in big trouble. They had no idea how to get rid of Alsi Chand. What if we steal the contract and tear it up?
Wow, brilliant, dear. That's the first time you have used your brain so well.
At night, while Alsi Chand was fast asleep, the couple quietly entered his room.
Hey, look, dear. The file is up there on the cupboard.
Yes, hurry up now. Seth took the file and pulled out the contract.
Now let's destroy it.
Yes, before he wakes up. They tore the contract and burnt it.
Now let's see how he dares to threaten me.
Yes, his face tomorrow morning will be worth seeing. They both slept peacefully. The next morning, Seth called Alsi Chand and directly said,
See, we have torn up your contract. Now get out of here. Oh, Sethji, maybe you have forgotten that I am always prepared. I have many copies of it. And the original? It's hidden where even your angels can't find it.
He pulled out another copy from his pocket and said,
Here you go, another copy of the contract.
Seth and Sethani realized their mistake. They now started thinking of another way to get rid of him. After some thought, Seth decided to call the police. The police came and began questioning Alsi Chand.
Show me the contract. Here it is, sir. Sethji, you have signed this with your thumb. Now you have to accept it. But this is fraud. It's only fraud if you were not given a chance to read it. Now deal with it.
With that, the police left and Alsi Chand started acting more stubborn than before. He now changed his behavior entirely. Sometimes he would cook dinner at 6 p.m., sometimes at 11 p.m. Sethani complained several times, but Alsi Chand always had a response ready. Is this the time to cook dinner?
I am a cook, not a clock. You wanted a servant. Now bear with it. You have brought home a clever nuisance.
You two agreed now? A few days later, Alsi Chand fell down the stairs while cleaning and sprained his leg. Oh, I hope you're not badly hurt.
You take rest. I'll call the doctor.
Alsi Chand was surprised at Sethji and his wife's concern despite his bad behavior towards them.
You two are kind people. Everywhere I worked before, people only gave me pain. That's why I became like this.
Listening to him, Seth and Sethani felt some relief. Just then, Seth's elder brother arrived at the house suddenly. He showed some papers and claimed that the house and property belonged to him.
All this is mine now. Father had willed it to me. These papers were lost and I just found them. How is this possible?
Seth and Sethani were terrified, but Alsi Chand examined the documents closely and immediately knew they were fake.
These papers are fake. You can get these made anywhere for $100. This is what a real legal document looks like. Who is this rude fellow? My servant, and a very clever one. Now leave quietly before I call the police.
The elder brother felt embarrassed and left without speaking a word. Alsi Chand, how did you figure it out?
Sethani ji, I may be lazy, but I am neither illiterate nor stupid.
The next morning, their neighbor Sharma ji stormed in. His face was red and voice trembling with anger.
Seth ji, what have you done? My wife's jewelry is missing, and I'm sure someone from your house is behind it. Hey, what are you saying? Why would we do that?
Brother, us and your jewelry? At least think before accusing us like this.
We'll settle this in the village council.
The council was called and the whole village gathered. Sharma ji made the accusation in front of everyone. 2 days ago, Sethani came over and praised my jewelry. And the very next night, it was gone. Tell me, what more proof do you need for this? Seth and Sethani looked at each other as if asking, did we come to steal jewelry or to drink tea? Just then, Alsi Chand stepped into the council. He was holding a big stick, was tapping it loudly on the ground, as if he was some detective.
I demand to be heard in this council too. And what do you have to say? Sharma ji, when you came to our house, you praised my clothes. And since that day, my underwear has gone missing. What do you say to that?
The entire village burst into laughter. Sharma ji's face turned red.
To clear things up, feel free to search my house. If anything is found, punish us. We are not afraid, since we didn't do anything wrong.
The council agreed and searched the house thoroughly. But no jewelry was found. Sharma ji and his wife exchanged nervous glances with each other and started whispering. We had hidden the jewelry in their kitchen. Where did it go? Could it really be lost?
Punish them! They are admitting they hid the jewelry.
The villagers were shocked. The council members pounced on Sharma ji and made him confess. He admitted that they hid the jewelry themselves to falsely accuse Seth and demand money from him. The council gave Sharma ji a strict punishment.
You are banished from the village. And yes, Return Alsi Chand's underwear too.
The village burst into laughter again.
You saved our honor, Alsi Chand. You are not just a servant. You're family now.
We'll increase your salary too.
Oh, come on. Why talk about salary now?
He saved us from such a big mess. Stop being stingy now.
No need to increase my salary. Just let me make tea my way. Everything else is fine.
The three of them laughed heartily. Thanks to Alsi Chand, peace returned to the house. Seth and Sethani no longer saw him as a servant but as family. And Alsi Chand, he remained the same, fun-loving and clever, but now a trusted companion.